Hello, and welcome to the Healing Spot. My name is Chelsea, and today we are going to be discussing dealing with domestic violence. So, my story here is I found myself in a domestic relationship when I was 21, and I was in school at the time. Well, I had just withdrew from school at the time, so I was in limbo. So I was still in the city where I was going to school at because I was working, and I had my own apartment. And so at the time, I was just working and just trying to figure it out since I just withdrew from school, trying to get it together. And I started working at the fast food restaurant that was in town, and I ended up working with the guy. He had a crush on me at first, but I wasn't necessarily interested at the time because I was dating somebody when I first started working there. So, but that relationship was kind of on the fritz as well. So, um, I'm dealing with that relationship, and then he's trying to be a friend to me, trying to be there, trying to be a support, that type of thing. He expressed to me that he had a crush on me, that he liked me and would treat me way better than what I'm going through in my relationship, the whole spill. A few months go by, and the relationship that I was currently in, that ended up dissolving. And at the time, I was trying to be single for a little bit, but then I don't know. He was he was just that nice guy. That's how it always starts. He comes up as being the nice guy, like, I could treat you way better. And the relationship that I was in previously, he was the guy that I was with, he wasn't working. And then of course I'm working with somebody that's trying to say that they would treat me better. And it's like, at least I know that you have a job. So I figured that we're both working. Yeah, you could probably take care of me a little bit better than the other guy would. So that's kind of where I was in my head with things. So we go, but even still, I still wasn't trying to like move too fast with him. But like other people were trying to vouch for him, like, oh, he's such a good guy. You should give him a chance. He has a job, he has a car, he's better than your ex, just off of those things right there. Being young, it's just like, yeah, I guess it would be nice to actually be with somebody who has a car, a place to stay on his own, and a job. So those things were probably the main catalyst as to why I gave him a chance, even though I kind of really wasn't fully feeling him like that. And then so I finally decide to like give him a chance. We go, well, at first we didn't go on a date. I decided to hang out with him first through like with a group of people to see if like we can really mesh. And so we hung out and the conversation was cool. He was very respectful. He was very nice still, being the charming, nice guy. um, and yeah, we hung out that one time, and I was like, okay, well, if he's good in a social setting, then maybe we can like actually go out on a date. So I decide, I think maybe a week or two after the hangout, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could see where this could go. And then we decide to go out on a date. But before we go out on a date, I guess I didn't really like ask myself like what I was truly looking for in a person. Like, yeah, he was cool and the conversation was okay, but like there were other attributes to him that like I probably shouldn't have overlooked, but I did. Like, nothing against anybody who has been to prison, but he had been to prison before. And he was open and honest to me about that. But the charges, were drug related, and he really put on that he was really trying to like turn his life around and try to work a good job and that type of thing. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe he really is trying to be different and make something of himself. So that was another contributing factor as to why I even decided to deal with him in the first place. So then we go out on I guess, a date, as you can say. I was in a small college town, so it wasn't many restaurants to really go to. So going, we ended up just going somewhere and just ended up talking. But the talking, the talking led to other things very quickly. So things got hot and heavy between me and him very fast. And I just, I don't even know how it happened, but I guess at that moment, he was being nice. The conversation was good. We were connecting, and one thing led to another in the car, and things happened. So that was another contributing factor as to what brought us together, because he was more so like a type of guy that didn't want to just sleep around really. So when he did that with me, he was just like, yeah, I kind of want to really see where things go. But unbeknownst to me, seeing where things go, I guess, opened up a can of worms that I was not expecting.